It's a marathon, and throughout camp, it's just like, everything's like slowing down a little bit, but still have to lock in and just keep being consistent.
You get to that point where your legs get tired and you're getting fatigue is starting to set in, but I feel like that's the grind of camp. That's when you really start finding out what your team's going to be about.
In the league, it's definitely mentally, way more mental in the league. It's not much as physical, like the workload isn't as heavy as college, but like mentally your mind's always working. Like you don't really have time to ease off, because the next man in front of you or the next man across from you is gonna outwork you if you take a step back.
You can't have any days off in the NFL. It's good on good every single day, and there's somebody competing for that spot every day. So you can't afford to have days where you just don't feel like going hard or practicing. So you really got to put your best foot forward, and that's probably the biggest difference. Just a lot's being thrown at you as well, especially your first year. So you got to be able to adapt on the fly and be healthy and be available out here. Because, like I said, the competition is very high.
Competitive level, it's high. But I feel like it's just like iron sharpens iron. We're all looking at each other, feeding off each other's energy. And the better he is, the better I'll be, and the better the group will be. So everybody bring the best every day, then we're all gonna be better.
College, they'd be like, hey, you got one or two guys on there. NFL, they got everybody's pretty good. So that's a little different. The competition's up there, and then pretty much, it's still football. That's the main thing. Is when you get out there, you think, okay, it's the NFL, but then you get out there, you start running around, you're like, this is just a ball, man. It's easy to go. It's faster pace. There's a lot. They put a lot on you, but there's also a lot more that I'm learning through this process. It's more of, you're trying to learn the playbook and trying to just do your job right, but then you're also seeing things on film that I didn't see back in college. Tendencies that might give away things. It could be simple things that I never thought about, but it gives me a new aspect on the way the game's played.
Cole Holcomb, and how do you think he's adapting to the NFL level?
Cole Holcomb is he's been excellent. I think he worked extremely hard mentally, which is important for a linebacker. He studies film. His first one up, watching tape, 6 a.m. I'd getting a coffee, and he's there watching his iPad. He's a very hard worker, wants to be great. He has the tools to be great because he's got power, he's got speed, he's got instincts. He's got everything you need for a linebacker to have as far as a skill set. Now it's just a matter of communication, seeing things, and adjusting to different looks. But I've been very impressed with Cole.
What would you say Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie's role is with the team? You see him out there sort of kind of with the team stuff, and you see him on the second field with the walkthrough, but what would you say has been his role so much primarily?
DRC's obviously an experienced guy that can still run. He's been, he's kind of been hobbled a little bit. He got a little sore ankle, but he's a guy that can play nickel, both corners, obviously. And it's another experienced guy that can run, so it's good to have a guy in here like that. So he's right in the mix of corner with all those other guys.
Jay, I don't think we've asked too much about the safety unit so far in camp, so what are your thoughts on what you've seen so far?
Yeah, obviously Landon is everything and more that we thought so far, both in the box and in the post and on the hash. He's very versatile in what he can do in coverage. He's been very good. So he's been outstanding. I think Monte is getting more and more confidence in what he's doing for a younger player, and he missed a little bit of time last year, but he's running around. Apke, coming back from his hamstring injury, he missed a lot of time last year. He's showing flashes, being very good. Special teams, he's excellent. Reeves is doing a good job, and Everett, I think, is starting to really grasp the defense, and he's being very versatile as well. He can play in the box. We can do different things with him down on the line of scrimmage, and so yeah, I'm very pleased with the safety so far.
Dog, you talking about this hot?
It's not hot.
This is not hot. It's a little humid.
Humid down Florida?
Where you at from Florida?
Down south.
Huh?
Down south.
Where?
Buck City. J Jinx. Watch yourself.
Hey, you talking about it's not hot? You talking about not hot?
I know it's hot down there.
What you talking? Where you train at? You must train inside.
I'll be training down there on the hills.
What you talking about? It's hot.
I'm sweating too much. That's what I'm saying.
You gonna sweat. It's humid out here. That's why you sweating right now. You be straight. Don't worry about the heat. Don't let the heat affect you. Come on. Come on.
We obviously saw the one-handed interception today. What would you say is your familiarity with the few weeks of training camp so far?
We're breaking it down part by part, piece by piece. We're taking our time with it. We're not trying to rush through it. We're breaking down each individual person that we have to have. So we have the seam, we have the flex, we have man-to-man, how we plan it, game plan-wise, how we just plan it in camp-wise. So it just breaks down the components just to make sure we're all on the same page. We talk more than anything. Communication is the biggest key within the defense. So on that part, we just stay on the same page, making sure what we got to do and how we got to play it.
Landon, we've mentioned the interception, but can you take us through it from your perspective? Does making a big play, which might have been your biggest play since camp started, does that mean anything? Does that impact anything?
I think, well, I go through the progression. Honestly, I was on a 3-2 read. My 3 didn't come up the field, so my next read is to my 2. Both my 2 went outside, so I didn't have any reads. All I had was space and opportunity, and I just knew, looking at the quarterback, he was drifting my way. So from that standpoint, I knew the ball was coming in that area, just didn't know where it was going at. So just broke on the ball and just played with instincts from there. But with big plays like that, it shows the team that we got talent on our back end that's going to make plays, that's going to be playmakers, game changers, get an opportunity to win the game. With that being said, that's what we got to continue doing. We got guys all over the field to do that. And it's very special, and I can see it on this team.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of good work in, and it's a long way to go. From an offensive perspective, especially, we have to make the plays that are there for us to make. There's a few we left out there on the table, but overall, I think we're getting the work done. Just got to continue to build on each day. The first preseason game. Not that we're taking it lightly, but it's more about we're still in training camp mode. We don't do the heavy preparation that you normally would do for a regular season game. First preseason game is mainly you're going to call your first 2 or 3 install type plays that you have in. Let the players play fast, and not so much worry about scheme as you normally would. But still, we want to get them prepared for what they're going to possibly see so they can adapt and play fast, and we can hopefully have some positive plays against Cleveland.
Rashad Higgins, a wide receiver, 4-year man out of Colorado State, is one of the receivers. Over the middle, Mayfield fires. The connection made at the 21. Handoff Nick Chubb, cuts across the grain, across the 40, 45, takes the defender across the 47 to the 48-yard line. Marcus Smith III in at linebacker for the Redskins. Little dump off in the flat right side. That is Hilliard across the 25 to the 24. Punishes the defender. That was DeShazer Everett. First and 10 at the Redskins 24. Mayfield to throw again. Over the middle, deep looking end zone. Caught, and it's a touchdown. Touchdown for the Cleveland Browns on their first possession. That was Higgins. Over the middle. He celebrates in the end zone just that quick. 2 minutes and 13 seconds into the game, and the Browns are on the board. Keenum under heat. Gonna float it, looking for Robert Davis down the middle. Oh, just off his fingertips, and a flag. His arm was grabbed as he was streaking upfield. Empty backfield for Case Keenum on 3rd and long. Keenum's got time, gonna go. Man is wide open, streaking up the right side. It is caught. It is Robert Davis for a touchdown. And fantastic that Robert Davis, who had a severe knee injury in camp last year, he has fought so hard to get back, and he scores a touchdown.
Yeah, big time. I love Robert Davis coming back. I don't care that it's a blown coverage. It's either the corner playing 2 or the safety not over the top, but who cares? Your quarterback saw it, and Davis is rewarded.
Redskins 40. Hilliard remains the lone running back behind Stan. Play action Stan. Heat from the backside, fires in the middle, crossing route, catches made. And a nice move as well. That is right to the pylon. Higgins again. He gets knocked out at the 2-yard line. What a great cut by Higgins, 4-year man out of Colorado State. Hilliard the running back, Stanton the quarterback. Stanton tosses it out, deflected, and is it caught? No, he's out of bounds.
Jimmy
Moreland.
That's a heck of a play by Moreland.
Takes, looking right, fires right, deflected. Jimmy Moreland on the play, knocks it away from Callaway. Had some help from DeShazer Everett.
Jimmy Moreland's a dude.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I mean, just talk about getting so overlooked out of JMU, guys. He had some picks, but man, you talk about a competitor. Jimmy Moreland's he's my guy. He's my Cole Holcomb.
4th and goal. Hand off to Hilliard. Hit, fumbles the football, and it's picked up by one of the Redskins. Great stop by the Redskins.
I love it.
That's a heck of a stand by that defense right there.
I love it.
Putting your hand right on the ball. It's Jimmy
Moreland. Jimmy Moreland.
Combined with Cole Holcomb on the tackle.
Yeah.
Golly, we're good at this, gentlemen.
Redskins blitz again. They pick it up. Crossing route to Hyman at the 10. Jimmy Moreland punches out the football.
We got it.
And it's picked up by the Redskins up the far sideline. Nice play by Jimmy Moreland. And stepping out of bounds on the far sideline for the Redskins after the turnover. Nice play by Jimmy Moreland.
Playmaker.
Trips to the right inside the numbers. Blau in the shotgun, takes a snap, looks to the pylon, and it's a touchdown. And a flag on the play, but a touchdown nonetheless. Montgomery with a catch. So it is back to FedEx Field next Thursday against the Cincinnati Bengals. Final score tonight in Cleveland, the Browns 30 and the Redskins 10.
Jay, what'd you like out of Jimmy Moreland today? He was obviously very active.
He was active. You know, he's been active the entire camp, did some good things. You know, glad the game wasn't too fast for him. Played nickel, played outside, made some plays. So yeah, I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, it was a blessing, man. I've had a long year coming back from injury, so it was a very emotional moment. It's just a blessing from God, and you know, I'll try to continue to improve from here and just get better every week and be able to help this team as much as I can.
When you go back and you look at these games, you got to look at each individual, how they perform, and then you got to look at them, how they perform with the team. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to put a scheme in together and then see how each individual fits into that scheme, and then depending on how good they are, we have to adjust our scheme according to the players. So we're in the very, very beginning here. This is preseason game 1, 2. We'll get a little bit more of our players in there and hopefully be a little bit more cohesive. And by game 3, we'll hopefully do a lot better.